Hi, my name is Hannah Smith. I am 20 years old, and my mom homeschooled me kindergarten through high school.
Hi, my name is Jonathan Smith. I am 15 years old, and I have been homeschooling my entire life.
Hi, my name is Sarah. I'm 21 years old, and I was homeschooled all the way up until college, and now I'm a junior in college and a first-year nursing student. My favorite subject in school was probably math because I loved doing all the different problems, and I always did it with my sister Sarah, and we would have a lot of fun. We would play our Pandora playlist, and we would laugh, and we would explain to each other the problems, and it was always really fun to do the problems. Even when they were hard, we always had each other and our dad to help us explain how the problems were supposed to be solved.
I think my favorite thing about homeschooling is just the ability to really focus on what you enjoy.
What are some things that you enjoy?
I really like video editing and science and just all that kind of stuff.
Best part, I think, was being able to kind of control my own day. My favorite thing was always like I would set up my desk the way I would like it, and we would have, my mom would make little like magnetic boards, and we would have all our subjects on one board, and we got to kind of plan what subject we would do at what time. And I always loved that, like planning my day and getting all my stuff done. So that was my favorite, kind of controlling how, like, my mom obviously picked out what the curriculum we used and what we had to do per day, but I got to kind of choose like the order that I would do it, and I liked having that kind of control of it.
Probably the Wing Feather Saga by Andrew Peterson, and it's like basically the only book series that literally I was hooked to. Like, I could not stop reading it.
One of my favorite books that I read during homeschool was definitely Mara, Daughter of the Nile. That was very exciting, and it just had a really, really good story, and I love to read really exciting stories that are really good. And I also read this book called The Golden Goblet for school too, that I thought was really good. So one of the things that homeschool really did for me was introduce me to books that I never would have read if I hadn't had, if they weren't in the curriculum. I would have never read those books, and I never would have experienced the joy of those stories, and they would have never impacted me in any way. So I'm very very happy that I got to do that. I feel like the biggest thing that homeschooling taught me was how to learn, and even though college was a new experience, maybe a little bit more of a new experience for me than switching from a regular high school, I feel like I was prepared at being observant and observing what other people were doing and how to do the assignments. And I feel like the learning curve was big, but I didn't feel that intimidated. I just watched people around me to see what to do, and I succeeded. Yes, I do think so. I think that homeschool really helped me prepare for the level of difficulty in college. I think it didn't seem as daunting. When I got my homework for college, I realized that it was just the same as what I've been doing. Even if it was a little harder, I had the same experience of doing it by myself at home. Yeah, I think college was much easier when I knew how to spend my time wisely and get my work done so that I could rest after I was finished with everything. Then I didn't have to worry about deadlines as much.
I mean, I feel like sometimes we got in really big arguments and then we just had to kind of just let it happen and then we just got over it. But then I feel like after those arguments, you just feel closer to your siblings.
I think probably the biggest and most impactful experience I had was I got to shadow a series of people at their actual jobs when I was in high school and trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life. And I feel like if I would have been in a normal high school, I probably wouldn't have been able to give so much time to that. But I got to do a lot of cool things. I got to shadow in a first grade classroom for a day and like help the teacher and be like a teacher's assistant. I also got to shadow in an operating room at a hospital and shadow an operating room nurse, which was a really big experience for me. It's actually what kind of made me decide to go down the path of nursing and being in the medical field. So those experiences were really big and they really impacted me as a person.
One of my favorite experiences from homeschool would probably be spending time with my siblings and doing the schoolwork with them rather than doing it by myself all day. So I think some of my favorite experiences would be doing math with my sister Sarah, and then probably just spending time reading together as a family and experiencing stories together in history and even praying together. So yeah.
I always remember sometimes we go on like family walks, and those are always really fun because we got to talk about stuff and it was just really fun.
I don't think it did. I think I was pretty open to whatever friends came into my life. I've had a lot of friends from a lot of different ethnicities and races and backgrounds, and I mean, I love them all, and I've really been taught to treat others the way I want to be treated. So yeah, I really think that it doesn't really matter what background or ethnicity my friends are. I think it's really what's inside their hearts and the people who they are. I think that's what really attracts me to my friends.
Yes and no. When I got to college, I definitely realized that I really love like the classroom atmosphere. So I wish I would have gotten a little bit more of that. But I feel like my time, like when I was actually being homeschooled, I didn't feel like I was missing out anything like that. I will say it was a little hard to like relate to people when they were talking about homework and teachers and stuff like that, because I couldn't really relate to people in that kind of area, but I had other ways that I could relate to people, so that wasn't really a problem. But I would say, and then I didn't get to go and do prom or school dances or stuff like that, but I'm not that wasn't really important to me. So I know like Hannah went to like homecoming and stuff like that at our local high school, and she really enjoyed that. I wasn't really big into that, but definitely, if I would have been interested, I could have found an opportunity to do that. So I feel like I got the most out of my homeschool experience.
Yes, definitely. Because I just think having them at home and just being closer to them really affects your family in a positive way. And I just think that homeschooling is a very good thing, and I'll definitely do it for my family.
I would say you should definitely do it. I would say I definitely look to my parents as my biggest heroes and my teachers, and I definitely have a great relationship with them. So I would say, I'm never afraid to ask for help from my parents because they're the ones who taught me so many things. So I think definitely, you definitely don't be afraid that you'll ruin your relationship with your kids, because they'll see you as their teachers in life, and that's really important, a really important role. But don't be intimidated by that. And I would say you grow really close to your family, which is really important, and it's important to have those bonds. And it also gives you time to explore what each of your children love and how they learn, and give them the most out of their school experience. And just because you homeschool doesn't mean like you have to spend all your time at home. I know that was kind of a big myth, like, what do you do all day? It's like we would go places, we would go, on errands and experience real life, and then we would have tons of extracurricular activities, gave us so much time to explore different curiosities and talents that we all had. So definitely try it. It's very rewarding.